Hi friends, this is Pastor Lucas Pin and this is our snack for the journey. And this week we are again in the book of Genesis, and we are this part of the week talking about Joseph. So many lessons about Joseph, and is a very important and interesting character in the Bible. If you don't know his story, you need to know his story. He had problem with his brothers. His brothers tried to kill him and then decided to sell him as a slave, and he sent him to Egypt, and he became a very important person in Egypt. Very important person in Egypt. The second most important, more important person in Egypt, only below the Pharaoh. And then became the second most important person because of the famine that attacked the whole world at that time. He became the most important person, the second most important person in the whole world, because they had food because of him. And people came from all over. And then his brothers came to buy food to him. And there is a so interesting exchange between him and his brother, because they didn't recognize him, but he knew them. And then finally he revealed himself to his brothers, and the brothers were afraid of him. They were afraid of him. So this is the text that I'd like to share with you. It's in chapter 45, verse 5. Look what he says. And now do not be distressed. I imagine that distress is a very nice word for his brothers when they found out that Joseph is his brother, the guy, the most important person in the world is his brother. Do not be distressed and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. God sent me. God sent me ahead of you. And it's interesting, and we're going to see tomorrow another verse about this. It's a beautiful story of the providence of God. It's God making everything work for, like Paul said, work for the good of his people. And Joseph had to go there, be a slave, go to jail, and then become the most important person in Egypt, do the work that he did, finally to do everything. God has sent me. God has sent me. Sometimes we ended up in places, my brother and sister, that I say, what I'm doing here? Why this place? What in the world I ended up here? With all things happening and you ended up there. It doesn't matter where. One thing that you need to know is God sent you there. Don't think that God has nothing to do about where you are right now, what's going on with your life right now. God has everything to do with that. Even if it is bad stuff, bad situation, God somehow is involved in the whole thing. He has the plan. We cannot see the plan. We can see just what is going on right now. And it doesn't look good. But God sent me. This is what Joseph said to his brothers. God sent me here, ahead of you. You need to understand that. It's a very important lesson for us to know that God is involved somehow with everything that is going on in our lives for the good of his people, our family, ourselves. God is involved. Something is going to happen. I cannot see right now, but he is involved in everything. He's God, and he's a good God. And this is our snack for today. God bless you.